If you're a man over 40, then you're gonna wanna see this. So if you're not familiar with intermittent fasting, it's a relatively new style of healthy eating where you fast for part of the day, and then you only eat during your regular eating window. Personally, I love it. It's easier to follow than a regular healthy diet, and because it's incredibly effective for shedding belly fat and getting six-pack abs. I also love it because you can lose weight without being super restrictive about what you're eating. And you probably already know this. But what you probably didn't know is that intermittent fasting also fights the effects of aging. That's why I believe it's so important that men over 40 are also following an intermittent fasting program. To get my complete intermittent fasting program that I personally use, and which many of my clients have as well, head on over to SixPackAbs.com at any time during this video. Okay, so let's talk about how intermittent fasting delays the effects of aging. In a recent meta-analysis, researchers Valter, Longo, and Mattson analyzed a large number of human and animal studies to determine how fasting affects the aging process. Their conclusion was that fasting has the potential to delay aging while also minimizing the effects caused by chronic dietary interventions. The researchers also found that fasting results in ketogenesis, which promotes potent changes in the metabolic pathways and cellular processes such as stress resistance, lipolysis, and what's known as autophagy. Now, I know those are a lot of complicated medical terms, but the bottom line is that fasting helps your body with many processes which can help you look good and feel younger. And today, I want to talk about the process that the researchers found was the most important for preventing aging, autophagy. Here, I'll show you how autophagy works. Autophagy is essentially a process of cellular self-cleansing. The parts of our cells wear out and then they get damaged over time, and they sometimes need to be replaced. Well, in our drawing here, the green dots actually represent the healthy parts of your cell, and the black dots are the worn out, damaged, or diseased parts. What happens during autophagy is that your cell consumes the damaged parts for energy. It's like recycling them. This therefore cleanses out the cell of the worn out parts and helps it function more like a brand spanking new cell. And scientists have found that autophagy is key to preventing the worst effects of aging. So when your rates of autophagy are high, your cells are continually being renewed and cleansed. But when your body's rate of autophagy is low, then damaged parts accumulate inside your cells, therefore accelerating the aging process. But there is some good news. Research has shown that you can actually increase your body's rate of autophagy through following an intermittent fasting program. And that's exactly why I think it's so important that all older men follow a well-designed fasting program. So to learn the plan that I use to transform my body and the same plan that hundreds of my older clients have used to get in good shape as well, head on over to SixPackAbs.com right now. Okay, so before you go on to that next video, I'll demonstrate how fasting works in your body over time. See, every day your cells accumulate damage due to the normal effects of aging and because of stress, poor diet. All of your cells start off with healthy parts, and those are represented by these green dots. But over time, some of these parts end up being damaged, and that's what's represented by these black dots with cell death. When you're following an intermittent fasting program, though, your cells are regularly going into this autophagy, and that's clearing out the damaged parts. So every time you fast, some of the damaged parts of the cell are going to be cleaned out, and you're going to start a healthy cycle again. But here's the thing. If you're constantly eating, your cells aren't able to clear out the damaged parts. You're never getting it a chance, and more new damage accumulates every day. Okay, so now you can see the cumulative effects of autophagy over time. Obviously, this is a simplification, and I'm explaining things in layman's terms, but this is actually what's happening inside your cells. And I hope this helps you understand why autophagy is so important when it comes down to fighting aging. And that's exactly why I want you to head on over and check out the free video that I did at ScienceBasedSixPack.com. You'll learn how you can start using intermittent fasting to not only lose your body fat, but also start triggering the age-fighting effects of autophagy. Totally a double whammy. And in that video, I'll also show you how to fast without feeling super hungry, and I'll show you how to get your digestive system to adapt to fasting over time as well. That way your feelings of hunger are going to be greatly reduced. I'll also show you a few tricks that I personally use to avoid feeling hungry whenever I'm fasting. Not only this, but I'll also show you my unique method for breaking your fast that accelerates your results with intermittent fasting. The reason why it's been so effective for so many of my clients is that this approach is scientifically designed to optimize your key fat loss hormones. That includes testosterone, which is an especially key hormone when it comes to older men. Once you watch that video, you're gonna have a clear understanding of what you need to do to start changing your life with intermittent fasting. So go to the next video now. I'll see you there.